Spaces that spark the imagination. Next on Columbus Neighborhoods.
Support for Columbus Neighborhoods is provided by
At American Electric Power, we've been proud sponsors of WOSU Public Media for many years and strong supporters of our headquarters city here in Columbus, both downtown and in neighborhoods like yours.
State Auto Insurance Companies, transforming to become a digital provider of auto, home, and business insurance. And for nearly 100 years, committed to the people and neighborhoods of Central Ohio. State Auto. The Columbus Foundation. Smart philanthropy for a smart city. ColumbusFoundation.org. Bailey Cavalieri. Your relationship with your law firm doesn't need to be complicated, it just needs to be right. CODA. Keeps our community moving forward. Falgren Moortime Marketing and Communications. Think wider. Ohio Health focuses on you and your family with a mission to improve the health of our communities. Women in Philanthropy at Ohio State, changing lives by giving together. And by contributions from these and other Columbus area families who support WOSU. Thank you.
A lot of people enjoy shopping here at the Ohio Craft Museum, but it's also a great place to come and get inspired because there's so much imagination that goes into each and every piece.
And we're highlighting creative spaces today, places that motivate us to get our creative juices flowing.
Our first story is about how one industrial space on the south side became home to two long-standing companies. One worked in fire, the other works in fabric.
What I know about Seagrave is that they start in a little suburb, a little town outside of Detroit. And Frederick Seagrave makes ladders that are used by apple pickers. And they're so strong that fire companies start to order them. But it will be 10 years before they come to Columbus. Then he is in a little part of Lane Avenue, which the town takes the name of Seagrave, and you can actually still see that it's there. They moved to the south side because, well, the location explains a lot. Where are they located on this map?
Right just below the city line.
Right, so they were able to avoid city taxes, like a lot of manufacturing on the south side.
Some things never change.
They're here on High Street, and then all of this will start to come in with Buckeye steel and castings.
Seagraves essentially moved here in 1892 and began building horse-drawn fire wagons at the time.
Everything was done here? All the hand detailing and painting, everything?
Our understanding was that everything was done here. You know, you can envision it when you get a sense of how big the complex is and how many spaces there are.
And it's really kind of neat because from the courtyard's perspective, there was a rail siding on the north side of this building where we stand, and there was a dock over there. And so the fire engines were made here. They were rolled onto that dock and then put on rail cars and hauled away. The author here notes is that the plant on High Street made more components for its vehicles than anyone since Ford and his Model T. Ladders, hoods, frames, grills, pumps, and engines were just the start, all made here at this location with a pre-depression level of 350 employees.
From this picture, it looks like they're assembling engines. So it looks like they're going from having the engine actually in the space, mounting it on the chassis, and then putting the body on over that.
Yeah, so here's the painting. It doesn't indicate exactly from here, but from our best recollection, it would be kind of right above where we are now. This will be space in the building that's just north of us over there.
Okay.
And so this is where the metalwork was done and the machining. It was done up on the second floor above that. What's neat is there's a lot of images from the outside looking in this space.
Oh,
It was kind of their backdrop where they took images of a lot of the fire engines as they went out to go all across the country.
It's interesting that the South Side becomes not just their home, but it is so well remembered by people who pass this building, they can identify it even though the company's been gone since
Right.
the 60s.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I would love to see more if we get a chance to walk around.
Sure.
Be great.
Okay.
Dorian, here's an example of some pieces that we make. These ultimately end up in a retail environment. This is the bones, woodworking done over there, comes over
Okay.
here to be upholstered.
We do a fair amount of custom work too. There's a piece over there that'll eventually be a seating booth for a local establishment.
How did it all begin?
My father-in-law and his father started the business basically in a garage. It was their story. It was a chicken coop, but you know, it was a small building that they started. His dad was a deaf mute, and so my father-in-law, he's 86 now. So at 15, he was the face and voice of the business. He would literally knock on doors with sample books and say, you know, do you need any upholstering? And it was much different then. I mean, people bought furniture thinking they were going to have that furniture for a long time. So reupholstering was a natural process. It was less expensive than new. That changed a bit as furniture became less and less built for the long term and of course cost less at that point. Our history was just residential upholstering. We worked for a lot of the local designers. We did their upholstering. Started getting into commercial upholstering 25 years ago maybe. And then when Justin joined the business, that was the kind of the aha moment to say, this is another avenue for us, this commercial side of upholstering. And that's really helped us to balance the ups and the downs of both those businesses.
We're bigger than the average upholstery shop is usually just a couple of guys,
Right.
you know, doing a few $100,000 worth of work. So we're much larger than that. We're at 45 people now.
So this has got to be the most humongous building I've ever seen in Columbus. How much square footage do you have in this space?
Well, like with old buildings, you get multiple. We've had 3 different estimations, anywhere
Okay.
from 209,000 square feet to 242,000 square feet.
Okay.
We knew a little bit that we'd be getting into a project when we moved in, and had some priorities when we first moved in. Like the space that we're in now is the original portion of the whole complex. It has these neat tin ceilings, which we felt really added a great amount of character to the space. But we added LED lighting. We replaced windows, so we have a lot of natural light, which we really haven't had in our other location. And those were exciting things, big bang for your buck. And then we spent a lot of money on the roof that you know, had old tar and several different iterations of roofing styles over the past 130 years.
I'll follow you, gentlemen.
Okay.
Okay. So of course, in this building, there's a lot of stuff that we'll never really use. Some of this is set up for some of the large equipment that they had in here originally.
Well, the nice thing about working in a former fire apparatus company is there's fire doors
So these are fire doors, huh?
every 20 steps.
So from here, you've got a great view of the courtyard.
Oh, yeah.
You can see.
Part of the old sign?
And we do wish these walls could talk.
As the trains speed up and slow down, there's a lot of crashing and banging and booming. So the first few times it happened, everybody in the shop would just stop and look, but now they don't even hear it anymore.
Do you know what was done in this space before when Seagrave was here?
We believe this space was where they put together a lot of the woodworking that went up. You don't realize how much wood was on one of those old wagons, but the seating was basically wood, the wheels, the ladders.
It's kind of nice the way the viaduct is just passing by the second story, and it adds a charm to it.
Yeah.
What creative things are going to happen here?
How much time do you have?
Yeah. We've talked to several folks. There's a collective of young ladies who work on designing and making their own clothing. And so they're looking for 10,000 square feet and love this area with the natural light. We have talked to distilleries making rum, making beer. It kind of lends itself well to that in a lot of different ways. There's these old elevator shafts that can accommodate you know, tall equipment like that. You know, this whole second floor is 30,000 square feet, and so we could envision it being co-working space. You know, just kind of open with all the natural light coming in, it could be an event space, a really nice open event space. You've got a view of the south side of downtown from there.
So what do you think you'll be doing next now that you've got the building well in hand?
Together, we look to continue to grow. You know, we have the space now in this area, and you look back at the history of Seagraves and how they expanded in here. We'd love to mimic that story and continue to grow and add some jobs to the south side here in Columbus. And again, you know, bring in some other new folks and new neighbors into the rest of the building to complement what we're doing, or just be fun, good neighbors. So the sky's the limit, really.
The Ohio Theater will celebrate its 90th anniversary in 2018. It's a great time to celebrate this grand old building.
It is so beautiful, but it wasn't all smooth sailing, and Jeff Darby gets a behind-the-scenes tour and gets the story of what it took to save this theater.
Thanks to the Columbus Association for the Performing Arts, CAPA, our city is blessed with several historic theaters, and over the years they've been responsible for not only upgrading, renovating, rehabilitating these theaters, but making them modern, functional, useful theaters for all kinds of performances. We're going to stop now at the granddaddy of them all, the one that really started the movement in Columbus to preserve historic theaters way back in the late 1960s, and that's the Ohio Theater. Hi, Larry.
Hi, Jeff.
How are you? It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks so much for hosting me today at this wonderful Ohio Theater. What a spectacular space. It's hard to believe something this ornate and this fancy and this detailed was just a movie house.
Well, of course, as you know, back in the 20s, that's how they built these. They built them as American movie palaces, and they served that purpose very well. All of this is original. So as I tell people, if somebody who had been here in 1928 when it opened were to come back today, they would look at it and say, it looks exactly the same.
They would really recognize it. My,
They would.
This is just wonderful. What a
I also
place.
tell them, and when they get backstage, they would not recognize anything because the stage has been completely modernized so as to be able to service any type of stage show that might come.
I understand it was built in the space of a year?
Yes, a little
When
less.
you look at the ornamentation, the Rococo, Baroque, Moorish, you can't really describe the style.
No,
It's
no,
just
I
there's so
can't.
many influences. It's just amazing. Chandeliers and wall lights and twisted columns and figures. And all of this is done in molded plaster, isn't that correct?
All of that.
Isn't that just amazing? Because it all looks like stone, it looks like gold and gilt, that sort of thing.
It was built as a theater for silent movies. That's why it has the organ for the musical
Right before
accompaniment.
the sound period. So this ran through the years, through the Depression years, the World War II years, into the 50s and 60s, but it came very close to being lost to the Columbus community, isn't that correct?
That's correct. It was sold by the Lowe's Corporation to a group of developers who were planning on building a high-rise building here, and there was a demolition contract out
my
on the
gosh.
theater. The organ had been sold to a group. They were quite pleased to leave the organ. That was no problem. But everything else had a tag on it, and there was going to be a tag sale. Every
okay.
chandelier, every seat, every mop bucket, everything had a
So things had not been removed, but they were on the verge. I mean, that day they were going to disappear.
They were going to disappear.
So that was-
And on that day, we negotiated the repurchase of all of that.
So you managed to get them maiden off the tracks before the train came, but just barely.
Just barely.
And that's been, what, 1969, isn't that correct? So pretty soon this will be a 90-year-old theater. It looks like, as you said, like the day it opened. Somebody from 1928 would recognize it.
Yes.
Well, let's go see what else you've got in this theater.
We
Its
have a
treasures
lot
are
to see.
unfolding. Its treasures are unfolding. This is great.
All right, let's move on into the new part, the Galbraith Pavilion. We just go smoothly into it. Here is Todd Bemis.
Hey, Todd. How are
Hi,
you?
good to see you.
Yeah,
Good
how
to
are
see you.
you?
Good.
Todd
to
is
see
the
you.
Vice President for Theater Operations for all of Kappa's theaters. So this is one of them.
Yeah, we welcome you to our theater.
Well, thanks very much. Boy, this is completely different from the theater itself, but it's very compatible and it supports the operation of the theater.
That's exactly right. You'd never want to go back in an historic theater and make a new lobby or things like that. They're just too gorgeous.
Yeah.
So this allowed Kappa to expand the patron amenities, more concession space, more restrooms, which are important.
Always important.
In addition to that, they took the opportunity to actually have 2 floors of office space on the 5th and 6th floor and rehearsal spaces downstairs.
And this dates from when? This was built in what year?
1986.
Okay, 60-odd years into the history
Yes,
of the theater.
that's right.
And then there was expansion of the stage as well, isn't that correct?
Yes, that's when the expansion took place of the stage, and then a few years later, we actually redid the dressing rooms, built a whole new dressing room
Okay.
tower, leaving some of the historic dressing rooms in place, but also had a traditional loading dock put in. That's very important, especially when you have the Broadway shows that come into
Well,
this
the
theater.
areas that are called back of the house, that's a term that came out of the theater business. Those are always interesting spaces. I bet you can show me some.
Oh, we've got some great ones.
So where exactly are we? I'm getting a little confused.
Well, actually, we just walked underneath our stage.
Aha,
We're down
okay.
in the basement.
Now I have an idea.
And I'm going to take you down to the lower basement now to see one of the
this
treasure doors from Joel Warman's day as stage
This
manager.
is getting a little spooky, but okay.
Be careful.
Lead the way.
Yes, you didn't know there was a second
I had
basement
no
down
idea.
under here. But there is.
Look at this. I remember Joe. I knew him years and years ago.
Joe was stage manager for well over 40 years at the Ohio Theater, and he started a tradition that I'm not aware of any other stage manager where before he would let the act go on stage, they needed to sign the door.
Well, these things are starting to pop out at me. Carol Channing?
Isn't that a great name?
Wow.
There's actually 6 of these doors, signed front and back.
Wow.
So when one got filled, he put a new one on the office door.
This is wonderful. So he just keep taking the doors off, putting them in storage, put up a
He
new.
did. And we were fortunate that he left them with us.
So down here at this lower level, in this part of it, it was built with a 2-story height so that tall pieces of scenery and all could be
Oh,
stored.
sure. The big
so this
slats
storage,
and scrims
this,
and all
this
of that.
storage room has the higher ceiling in it. This is all part of the deepening of the stage. We're just under that. We're 2 stories under it now.
All those improvements.
All of that is necessary so that the Ohio, while it's this historic national landmark, can function as a completely modern 21st century theater.
That's the key.
And it is the key, because if that hadn't happened, Phantom of the Opera, Lion King would have never played
You'd
Columbus,
be
Ohio.
so limited on what you could.
They
what
would
you
have
could
had to
produce here.
bypass, because there's not another
Right,
stage in
and
town to
that
handle.
would have threatened the future of the theater had you not done all this
right.
work. So it was such a wise investment over time, and the community supported it too.
Well, we haven't been behind the stage yet. We really need to go up on stage and see what that looks like.
Yeah, you see the stage from the seating. I want to see what the actors see.
Let's do that.
Let's go do it.
All right, so now we're going backstage.
So this is where all those famous people came and performed for Columbus.
This is it. Now, this is what you need in the way of a stage. If you're going to have all the musicals and other large productions, you need a deep stage.
Oh yeah, my gosh.
And if you look over here on the wall, you can see where the original stage came back.
Right,
and
that
it
was
was
the
only
shallow,
28 feet
right.
deep. And then we added all of the rest in order to have this modern, completely functional stage theater.
Well, congratulations on a wonderful theater. Now, Kappa, this was its first project, but Kappa's role and sort of mission has expanded a great deal over the years. Tell me more about that.
Well, I truly believe if Kappa hadn't stepped in and Larry and his partners hadn't stepped in to save the Ohio Theater, I'm not sure we would have another historical theater in downtown.
Okay.
Because I think if we had lost this theater, it would have been very easy to tear down the Palace Theater, the Southern, the Lincoln, the Drexel maybe out in Bexley. Those could be gone. And to think about those theater gone is just tragic.
Yeah.
So Kappa was been fortunate that after starting with the Ohio, they've taken on those other projects.
So Kappa is one of the most important historic preservation organizations in the city.
Well, those are your words, but I like them.
They can't be more true. Well, thanks so much for a great tour. What a wonderful facility.
Our
You
pleasure.
told a great story about what Kappa has achieved. My thanks, and thanks to the people of Columbus. I'll say that on their behalf.
You're welcome back anytime.
Thank you.
At one time, the Mount Vernon Avenue area was a grand African-American community.
Elijah Pierce had a barbershop there, and when the shop was empty, he carved unique folk art that survives to this day.
We sent Brent Davis to the Ohio History Connection to find out more.
Hey, Becky.
Hi, Brent. How are you?
I'm great. Now, this is the Ohio History Connection, but it looks like we're talking about art today.
We are indeed. We'll be talking about Elijah Pierce, who was a folk artist from Columbus.
Right here. Mm-hmm. And was he born here?
He wasn't. He was actually born in Baldwin, Mississippi. He came to Columbus in 1923. He followed a woman named Cornelia, who would become his second wife.
Mm-hmm. I know a little bit about him. It's mostly wood carvings, right?
Yes, he was a wood carver, and actually the founding director of the Museum of American Folk Art called him the most influential wood carver of the 20th century.
And where did he work in Columbus?
So in Columbus, he worked at his barber shop and also art gallery, as you can see from the sign here. He was a barber since he was a teenager, and he often worked in other people's shops. But in 1954, he opened his own shop on East Long Street in the neighborhood that we would call the Near East Side of Columbus.
Now, tell me about these three figures. Are they separate works or are they combined somehow?
So these three are all separate works. He carved these towards the end of his life in 1981 and 1982, and he actually signed and dated the bottom of each one. You could see E. Pierce there.
Yeah.
But we acquired them as a group, and I think they're really fantastic as a group because Pierce often carved pieces that were influenced by the Old and New Testaments of the Bible, African American history, pop culture. He really had quite a large repertoire, but religion was very important to him. He felt that he performed God's works through his carvings, and he often used them as props for his preaching. And so looking at figures like this, they just seem like these amazing, whimsical figures. But to me, I think they have a larger message if you look at their hands. So if you look at the hands on the gentleman with the stick and on the lady in the blue dress, they have their hands in front of them, and they almost seem like they're clasped almost in prayer. Whereas the gentleman in the hat is holding a bottle. And if you look at their faces, the two who seem to be praying appear happy, while this one with the bottle doesn't look so happy. It's kind of a sneer on his face. To me, this is Pierce's way of commenting on choices that people had. You can turn to the drink or you can do God's bidding. And clearly he believed doing God's bidding was the better option.
He actually did work in his barber shop between customers, right?
He did. So his shop had two rooms. The front room was the barber shop and the back room was his art gallery. And the art gallery was a place where he displayed his carvings, and he would tour people through there, especially once museums and art collectors became interested in his work. He had a lot of visitors. But he would just sit in the barber chair when he was in between customers and carve. One of his most treasured works was called The Book of Wood, and the book has 32 pages, and each page was supposed to be 1 year of Jesus's life, and it's a tremendous work. So his works could be very, very complex, and yet he did all of it by hand. He never used power tools. It was simply a pocket knife and a hand chisel. He also was friends with artists like Amina Robinson, and they greatly influenced each other, just in the way they did their work, in the styles, their use of bright colors, and also I think in their sense of community. For both Amina Robinson and Elijah Pierce, their community was really important, and the fact that the community recognized their art as important and beautiful and worth having long before a museum became interested was really important to them.
So these artists like Amina Robinson would come to the barber shop and hang out. So it was a barber shop and a salon.
Exactly.
How about that? These are terrific. Elijah Pierce is beloved and very well regarded, not only in Columbus, but in the entire art world. So thanks for showing this to me.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thanks for being with us. And remember, you can catch all our episodes on columbusneighborhoods.org.
Plus, see our stories on the WOSU mobile app. And you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
We'll see you back here next week on Columbus Neighborhoods.
I'm not the pretenders, I'll be your defender. I know my way around you. You're polite, you are kind, you're never on time. Oh, what have you done to me? Ohio. Ohio. Athens, London, and Rome. Can't you hear?
Support for Columbus Neighborhoods is provided by
At American Electric Power, we've been proud sponsors of WOSU Public Media for many years and strong supporters of our headquarters city here in Columbus, both downtown and in neighborhoods like yours.
State Auto Insurance Companies, transforming to become a digital provider of auto, home, and business insurance. And for nearly 100 years, committed to the people and neighborhoods of Central Ohio. State Auto. The Columbus Foundation, smart philanthropy for a smart city. ColumbusFoundation.org. Bailey Cavalieri, your relationship with your law firm doesn't need to be complicated, it just needs to be right. CODA keeps our community moving forward. Falgren Moortime Marketing and Communications. Think wider. Ohio Health focuses on you and your family with a mission to improve the health of our communities. Women in Philanthropy at Ohio State, changing lives by giving together. And by contributions from these and other Columbus area families who support WOSU. Thank you.